everybody.
What's up, y'all? Back at you once again for our check-in. We have been doing our 5-day intimacy challenge.
Yes.
John and April here with you. And we're excited about this week. This week has been great so far for us. This is day 4 of our 5-day intimacy challenge, and we hope that you have been joining us every single day.
So exciting.
Yes, it is.
So
It's
exciting.
been good. Yesterday was fun.
Good.
Yesterday was really fun with
was.
a laugh with your spouse. That was great.
That was the best.
That was the best so far.
That was the best.
Oh my goodness, man. By the way, after we were done with our live, we went back downstairs and watched the Dozens episode again with the kids.
Y'all.
Because that joke is
I
hilarious.
think it's so funny.
I was crying just as hard the second time.
I know, me too. As if we didn't just watch
right.
it.
It's crazy, man. So anyway, today is Reminisce.
Reminisce on some good times, right?
Yeah, so this one is good because I actually believe that a lot of couples spend so much time in their negative circumstance, thinking about it, dwelling on it, especially when life is stressful. There are certain times in life when you have kids, when you're not getting much sleep, maybe job changes, moving. There are a lot of different things like that where you end up having a lot more stress than you would normally have. And it feels like life is harder in every area. And a lot of people, when they go through that, tend to focus on that negative and they forget that they actually like their spouse. No, I mean for real.
Yes, and the fun, the good times, thinking about those good times is a lot harder when you're in some bad times.
It is. It is. But if you force yourself to do it, if you just reminisce about when times were great, it almost transports you. You can actually be in the middle of a circumstance right then. Like you're getting called by bill collectors, or the police are knocking at your door. Whatever your situation is. I'm saying whatever your situation is, it could be crazy then, and still, if you start thinking about when times are great, it almost transports you and takes you out of that situation you're currently in.
It's going down memory lane.
It really does.
It does. So, you want to tell them what we talked about? Well, first let's talk about this. First, let's just say that this 5-day intimacy challenge is leading up to our Fire Up Your
event.
Sex Life.
Yes.
Monday, February 15th at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. Sexlife.justjohnandapril.com. Go to that website and sign up.
Register right now.
Register now so that you can join us on Monday.
Yes.
And this is just leading up to that. We're getting you ready so that you can be prepared. And so when we talked about reminiscing, what did we talk about?
So basically,
what we did?
What April and I ended up doing was we talked about a time in our lives, and this is going to be counterintuitive a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked about a time in our lives that was really great, but where the circumstances actually weren't necessarily all that great, and yet that was one of the happiest times we had as a couple. So it was back when we moved to Andrews. We moved to Berrien Springs, Michigan, where it snows literally all the time. So
we're coming from Georgia, where it's nice and warm.
Correct.
And we had just bought a new house 2 years prior.
Right.
And here we are, 22, 23. Well, how were we then?
By 24 or something like that.
24.
Yeah.
So, enjoying life.
Right.
And the Lord tells us that we need to go to Andrews.
Right.
So
and move in a matchbox apartment.
So we go to the apartment.
We sell our house, sell all of our cars,
sell everything,
and just move there. We're like paupers now. You know what I'm saying? Living in this small apartment, and we don't have any kids. It's just the two of us.
And the apartment was so small. The bathroom was in the kitchen.
Yes.
Literally in the kitchen.
Exactly. So, and we laugh when we talk about that, but the bathroom was actually in the kitchen.
It actually was in the kitchen. And see, we can talk about it now. We can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
And actually, we enjoyed it.
I'm going to say, at the time, I loved it.
It was when we first went and saw the apartment that I cried.
Right. It was having to sell our house to move into this small little place.
Yes.
We didn't have cable. It was freezing all the time.
And when I say we sold everything, we sold our cars, we sold our bedroom set, we sold our
dining room set.
We sold only thing we took with us was like the couches and clothes.
Right. That's it. And I mean, the bedrooms were so small. I remember that in order to get like beside the bed and stuff like that, I had to walk kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to inch your way past stuff. It was really, 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 really small. But that was like the
best time, y'all. It was like when we talk about it, we just say, man, we had no worries.
Right. That's the thing.
We weren't getting paid no money.
Right. It didn't matter.
It didn't even matter because it was us.
Yeah.
And we were having fun. We met some great people.
We really
met
did.
some people that we have now
that we're tight with.
that we are so tight with.
Yes, that's
so
true.
it's like you look back on things and you say, man, and then you think about, man, God is so good
Right.
because, that could have been a bad time in our marriage.
It could have been.
It could have been, and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
So here's the other
You
thing
know?
about that was crazy. We had just had this traumatic accident experience not too long before that. And so it was almost
true.
like there was something about the whole situation that felt redemptive. I don't know.
kind of like
you know
a
what I'm saying?
newness.
Yeah. Like it was like
we
starting
could start
over.
over.
You know what I'm saying?
Start fresh. It was nice.
great.
It was actually really good.
So we just walked down memory lane today. And
when
we just talked about it.
It just made me feel so like, oh man,
Yeah.
that was so good. It
Yeah.
really does take you back and make
It
you
does.
forget about what's going on right now.
It does.
Like whatever's
You're right.
happening.
Yes.
It does.
Yes. All
So
the craziness.
I hope you guys did that today.
Yeah,
I really
and
hope
the
you
thing
did.
is, you should have a lot to choose from. If you want to, you can go back 2 years ago when we could actually be around people in
That's
restaurants. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that hard to find
That is
something.
true.
But if you go down memory lane and you reminisce, kind of think fondly over a time that was amazing for the two of you,
Right.
it's going to do something to your intimacy. It's gonna take it to another level, in my opinion.
I agree.
So
I
anyway,
agree.
we want to know what you guys did. So basically, I want you to put it in the chat. If you are watching right now on Instagram, put in the chat what it is that you did to talk to your spouse about, to reminisce, your boo, your significant other, because it doesn't have to be your spouse. It could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
Right.
But tell us about that. If you're on Facebook, of course, do the same thing. Let us know what you did.
Yeah, and like I said yesterday, you might not have had a chance yet to talk to your person, because of the time, and it's
Maybe
okay.
not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We still want you guys to, even if it's like 10 o'clock in the bed tonight.
That's right. Yes.
That's your time to chit chat. Go ahead and reminisce.
But when you do,
You know?
make sure you come back on here and put in the comments, because we want to know. We
That's
we
true.
look back and we see
So even
what
if you're
people are
watching this
saying.
later.
Exactly.
Yes,
Some of
we
you are
want you to
watching
do
it later.
that.
You're not watching it live. That's okay. You can still participate, and when you do, let us know what you did so that we can share in that experience with you. Okay? So, Kimo said he doesn't remember us then. What do you
He
mean?
said, I remember meeting you today.
I'm about to say. Clearly,
Yeah,
I
that
did.
is when...
I remember that too.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we did meet then. That was where did you guys live, by the way, Kimon? Were you guys off campus somewhere? Because I remember you guys being on campus. But apparently Nordia was in an efficiency department.
Don't I understand those AU? Yes, Nordia, yes.
Oh man.
Those are
yeah.
some special
we
places
were
to live.
in the Maplewood apartments.
Yeah.
B63, I think. Maplewood?
B63, yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And we were across the way from Rita and Mirthel. They were in the other apartment complex.
Yeah.
It was still the Maplewood, but it was like another unit or whatever.
Yeah, so we had...
They weren't that far.
That's where we had, many game nights.
Oh my goodness,
and
man! We had so much fun with
eating
them.
wings
Oh
and
yeah,
having
doing
a
all
good
kind of
time.
craziness, man. It was a lot of fun. Now they were in there
Yes,
just
yes.
having babies, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
that's
they
true,
had
were.
they had
Yeah.
like 4
Exactly.
kids during that time.
Yes.
Kimo was in Garland E.
Oh,
Efficiency
bathroom was in your bedroom.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I think that's better than the kitchen.
Right,
That's better than the
exactly.
kitchen.
You don't want to
That's
smell
better
that
than
stuff while you're cooking. You know what I'm saying? So tell us what you guys did. Let us know how you did it. And while you're getting your thoughts together, while you're figuring out what you're going to say and how you did what you did with your spouse today, we want to tell you again about our upcoming event. We've got a live event that is absolutely free that is coming up on Monday at 7 o'clock. That's February 15th. Now, we deliberately did it the day after Valentine's Day. And the reason is because, twofold, really. If you're a teacher, you may not have to go to school if you live in the Northeast because it's a day off. I think it's President's Day or something like that. But the other reason why is right after Valentine's Day, honestly, there are a lot of couples that go through Valentine's Day and miss an opportunity for intimacy. We want to get you around the back end of that thing. You might be in trouble with your spouse because you jacked up but didn't take Valentine's Day seriously. You're going to come to our seminar and boom, you're going to find out something that you can do to fix that thing.
Exactly.
Because we are talking about firing up your sex life. Now, here's the
Yes.
thing. We are actually going to talk about what happens in the bedroom at that one. But we deliberately have been talking about different ways during this intimacy challenge that you could be intimate with your spouse without being physical. That was on purpose.
Yeah.
Because we want you to think differently about what intimacy really means. Intimacy does have a payoff in the end, but there are all kinds of things that you can do before that increase your intimacy with your spouse that have nothing to do with the sexual part. You see what I'm saying?
And that's why we went through the things this week.
Exactly.
I really do feel closer to you
I do
this
too.
week.
I
I mean,
really do.
and I've already felt close to you, but
Right.
after we did all these things, it's like you come home, you want to come home. Not
Right.
that I don't want to come home, but I'm
Right.
just saying
You're more
like,
excited about
you
coming
are.
home
You're
this
more
week.
excited about
Yeah.
coming home when you have those things that you're doing.
Yes, that's
That
true.
are intentional. They're
Right.
deliberate. You're
Yes.
purposely doing them.
And they're not that big of a
then
deal,
they're
right?
really not.
But
It takes nothing.
That's right. It doesn't
really,
take that much.
It doesn't take that much.
But it does take a little bit of
Just a little bit of
creativity
thinking.
sometimes.
Yes.
And that in and of
Purposefulness.
itself,
Yeah.
exactly, the
Yes.
purposefulness,
Yes.
I think adds to the intimacy of your relationship.
It does.
And that's what we need to be thinking about. So here's the thing. When you end this week, this 5-day intimacy challenge, what you're going to find at the end of it is this isn't really that hard. What you're also going to find is if we work smarter in our relationship, we can be happy most of the time.
Right.
Some of us
Smarter,
work
not
so
harder.
hard,
Yes.
and yet it's not as hard as we think. Sometimes it's just doing little things.
Actually, I think some think they're working hard.
Maybe they're not.
You know,
That's true.
because you should be working smarter, not harder. You
Exactly.
think you are working hard,
Right.
but you're not doing the things that you should be doing.
What you're
that
doing is
good for
hard, but it doesn't
for
have
your
to be
person.
hard.
It doesn't have
That's
to
what
be
I'm
hard.
saying.
Right.
It doesn't have to be.
Right.
And that's what we need to learn. That's what we're trying to teach this week. And that's what we're also going to learn on Monday when we talk about firing up your sex life.
Yes.
There are some low-hanging fruit things that you can do to ramp up your intimacy immediately in your relationship.
Exactly.
And you can get to the point where you're enjoying every sexual encounter with each other on the regular. We're going to show you all that stuff. So you want to make sure you're there. Absolutely free. You will sign up. You will get an email from us. It will tell you everything you need to do. And by the way, if you've already signed up, you need to be sharing this with your friends
Yes,
and
go
family
ahead and
members
share
that you know
that.
need this. Now,
That's
let me
right.
just say this real quick. There are people who need this that you don't realize need it. I don't want you to think of the person who's about to get divorced. Maybe that person needs it, obviously, because that's the one that comes to your mind.
Right.
But maybe you don't know a lot of people like that. You don't have to just think about the person that's miserable. There are a lot of people out there who are married, but they're not really enjoying it. They're not. It's not an optimal level enjoyment of marriage. So don't think about the couple that you want to be like. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of couples out there who just aren't really getting the most out of their marriage. That's who you want to share
That's
this with.
true. But I would also say that you can share this with a couple that they're in a good place.
Right.
Because you want to keep it going. You
Exactly.
want to keep the fire burning.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
The
so,
things they're going to learn can actually enhance what
That's
they're
right.
already doing, even if they're in a good place. That's
right.
very true.
So join us.
Yes.
We want to see you on Monday at 7. And yeah. Thanks for coming out tonight, some of you. Uh-oh.
That's good. We're
Okay.
good. I think.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fine.
All right.
My battery was dying on my phone, so it was all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
right.
so yeah, we're gonna see you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow night. So
Yes,
remember,
we'll see you again tomorrow night.
remember a couple of things. First of all, we have our podcast episode that drops tomorrow on Friday, usually between 3 and 5 at some point. So if you're not registered, what's the word? Subscribed. If you have not subscribed to our Just John and April podcast on YouTube, you can go there now and do that, and you can get our episode for tomorrow. That's gonna come out between 3 and 5 tomorrow.
Yes, and at 10 a.m., look out for the next challenge, for the
Yes.
intimacy challenge
Yes,
this week.
day 5.
It's the last challenge,
Yes.
so we want you to participate. And I think it's a lovely challenge.
I think so too.
It's very nice.
It's been fun.
So 10 a.m.
Now,
be
where are
ready
they
to look
finding it
out
on
for
10
that.
a.m.? Where are they going?
You're going to go to Just John and April on Instagram
Yep.
or Facebook,
Yep.
and you will see the challenge. And then at 7, join us again to talk about how you did.
Yeah,
and
we'll be
how
right
it
here
went.
for a check-in tomorrow night at 7 one more time, okay? So make sure you do that, and we will see you then.
We'll see you then, guys.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
See y'all later.
Bye.